Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying ladies for the camera. Actually, I had a bit of trouble getting here tonight. There were some people sticking stuff from cars outside. I didn't want to get too involved, so I just took the back seat. But my day job, I'm a nurse. Yes, that's right. And as a nurse, what I'd like to do is give you a feel of what it's like to be a nurse in A&E. Yeah? But before I do that, I want to give you some advice, guys, and listen to this, guys, because it could save your life. Yeah? Don't ever go to hospital with a short illness. Yeah? You see it in the news, reading the obituaries, he died after a short illness. After a short illness. Right? Don't go to hospital with a short illness, stretch it out a bit. A nice medium to long term illness, yeah, and you'll be fine. So what does A&E stand for? Anywhere and everywhere. But you know, as a nurse, I'm A&E nurse, I'm supposed to, you know, dive in and help people wherever I am, in the pub, if I'm in the swim bars, if I'm in the brothel, if I'm in the library, I'm supposed to dive in and help. And it doesn't always work out well, actually, you know, because just before Christmas I was on a 2-day trip to New York, flying halfway across the Atlantic, on the Tannoy. If there's a doctor or nurse on board, can you come to the cabin? So I didn't want to go with you, but I went, you know. And this guy was lying down behind me, and I thought, rough. And I'm thinking to myself, crikey, what am I going to do? And then, so I'm checking him over, and this chief steward says to me, do you think we should redirect the flight? And I'm thinking, I've only got 2 days in New York. I could end up in freaking Greenland then. I said, no, it's fine. Forge ahead, tell that captain to put his foot on the gas. We'll be fine. So what does anything stand for? Anything and everything. Yeah. Now, whatever you can imagine comes into A&E. Last week, a guy came in and says to me, I currently have a mobile phone jammed up my backside. So I'm thinking maybe a little Nokia, maybe an iPhone, maybe, you know, but no, this guy has stretched to a Samsung. So I'm figuring out how to get this thing out, and it starts ringing. Right? And he says to me, can you answer it for me? I said, no, I'm not going to answer it for you. And he says, oh, well, could you at least put it on charge? I said, no, I'm not. I said, look, mate, I don't want to get anal about this, but I'm not just here for crack. And then the same shift, another guy comes in. He says to me, here, can you prescribe me a Blue Peter? I said, what's a Blue Peter? He said, oh, Blue Peter's copy rhyming slang for Viagra. I thought, well, not only do we not give out Viagra as an emergency drug, no matter what you think. I said, but Blue Peter and Viagra, they don't rhyme. Viagra, Peter, Viagra, doesn't rhyme. So for me, that was a bit of a hard pill to swallow. And then another guy came in, he'd been over the head of the baseball bat, and I checked his eyes out. He had one eye going that way and one eye going that way. I thought, crikey, he's out of it, you know. He wasn't making any sense at all. So I said to him, how many fingers am I holding up? He looked at me and goes, Saturday. So I was like, crikey. So I sent him for a lobotomy, which at the end of the day was a real no-brainer. And then what we get quite often is microphones going off. What we had, this guy came in, we like to get organs in A&E, nice fresh organs, you know. And this guy's come in, you know, although he's basically, you know, not very good state, so we took his organs. But you know what, I saw some organ donors out in the street tonight. I don't know if you saw those guys. They're probably known as cyclists. And also, we get those guys, you know, they donate their whole body to medical science. You see those guys? They're called electric scooter riders. But the thing is, with electric scooter riders, we take all the organs except the brain. So yeah, I've always wanted to be a nurse, actually, you know, when I was a kid and all that. But before I wanted to be a nurse, I wanted to be a Catholic priest, just like my father. Not many Catholics in here then. Thank you very much.